Hello, my name is Andrew Kotlar, and this is
Cody Meckes.
Today I have questions about clogging.
Okay.
Yeah, clogging specifically in woven wire mesh. Could you maybe explain to me exactly the difference between clogging and fouling? Fouling comes up a lot.
Fouling does come up a lot. So this is our screen, and let's say this is our particle, right? Our particle is coming up to the mesh surface itself, and let's say the particle gets stuck on the wire itself. Like maybe the wire is not smooth, or it has abrasions on it, so it can be kind of sticky. So the particle can get stuck on the edge there itself. Another option is if it comes in at like a different angle or something, it can get stuck inside the actual pore itself. But if it's a multi-layer, I don't know if you can see that, it can come through the top surface, swirl around through the different layers and maybe get stuck in the middle. So it can get clogged that way. And then fouling itself is if, let's say, we have a 40 micron particle and our filter is rated for 40 microns. That would mean that the particle all around has to be the same size as the openings itself, so it ensures that it's either gonna be captured by the screen itself or filtered out. If you need an absolute rating of 40 microns for your particle size, you might want to reduce your micron rating of your actual filter itself to maybe 39. So it's an absolute that you know for sure that no 40 micron can get through your screen itself. It can come in at a different angle or a different orientation. It can pass through, or it can get physically stuck in the opening itself.
You know, if it comes in like perfectly symmetrical,
Correct.
it'll go through.
Yep.
But if it comes like kind of at a weird angle, it just
gets stuck.
Exactly.
Okay.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
40 micron particle, just as an example, 40 micron opening, as you were saying. Maybe
Yeah, even at the perfect orientation.
it might not perfectly go through.
Micron isn't an absolute.
It's not, no,
Okay.
correct. The pore sizes can vary depending on your mesh type. Like on a square weave, plain weave, it's a square opening, but on a, let's say maybe a twill or an SPW, it might be a triangular opening. So the particle doesn't have a straight way to come through. It has to, you know, come through on an angle and then come through on a different angle to make it through the screen, so it's harder to pass through.
So in a situation like that, how do you clean that? How do you get those particles out?
Ooh, how do we clean?
Yeah.
Okay, there's a few ways you can clean, really. An initial way is called back flushing, which can be done by using a pulse of air. If there's particles that are lodged in your multi-layer surface and let's say your flow is coming in this way, all your particles are gonna either get stuck on the outside or on the inside. So you would initiate a back flush, so that would hopefully dislodge the particles that are stuck on the outside or on the inside. Another way is a mechanical cleaning, which is a little bit more labor intensive, is where you would physically remove your filter, and then you would either use a vibrating application to help dislodge the particles that are tough inside.
Oh, like an ultrasonic cleaner?
Ultrasonic would work great, or there's even, I've seen hand tools where they're using like a brush, and they're brushing the outside of the surface, and that can get sometimes in those pores. Another option is if the particles are super hardened and they're super lodged inside and back flushing hasn't worked and mechanical cleaning hasn't worked, there is chemical cleaning. So that's where you're using like a detergent or an acid that will really break down those tough particles that will allow you to fully get rid of them. That's more of a last ditch effort, I would say. You know, if you take your filter out of service, then that's more downtime, you're not running. So, and also another issue that is related to clogging or fouling is pressure differential. So the more clogging or fouling that you have on the filter or inside the filter, your pressure within your system is going to increase, and you're going to reduce all your throughput through your filter. So essentially, it's going to stop working. This plays into the role about the design. You really need to monitor the delta P to ensure that you are initiating a back flush correctly. So if you're constantly watching your delta P, you know when to kick in the back flush, and let's say over time the back flushing is getting less and less effective, then you know, okay, well, either the filter's getting towards its end of life, or I need to add in another maintenance operation such as a mechanical cleaning or chemical cleaning.
You can't, generally speaking, see the filtration media. You can't see it getting clogged, so all you can really rely on are sensors and stuff that are installed in the system.
Yes.
Thanks so much for watching. If If you have any questions, feel free to click on our Talk to Us button to get in contact with our many experts on woven wire mesh like Cody here. And if you'd like to learn more about woven wire mesh or our many products, we have a learning center filled with written and video content to make you an expert. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell to keep up with all things WS Tyler. Once again, my name is Andrew Kotlar.
And I'm Cody Meckes.
And we'll see you around in the next video. Bye for now.